Welcome back, Black Lobster here with the next set of Agree or Disagree as posted by Sigimoloch 29. Question 1 this time around was, do you agree with people who only use immune creatures to get along? Actually, yes, I do agree with that. And the problem for me, and I know I'm going to be in the minority here, but the problem for me is that there are certain abilities within the game. Things like stun is my number one most hated. See that look? Hated ability in the game. Stun, distraction, slow, what have you. You are not going to find people just going, yeah, all right, I'll let that go through. They're going to play immune creatures, and you need immune creatures. Otherwise, some of these abilities, stun being, as I say, my most hated, are just going to run roughshod. So we have to have these immune creatures in the game. The only way people can stop playing them is if people stop playing those rather overly prevalent abilities that are causing them to play immune in the first place. So playing all those sort of teams that we see are causing the so-called immune meta in my mind. So no, I absolutely have no problem with people playing immune creatures at all. Even though, yes, it can be a little bit frustrating. Question 2 was, if Carnotaurus Gen 2 were ever added, would you like it to be invisible? And I put yes. It should have a cloak. After all, if you've ever read Michael Crichton's The Lost World novel, this is exactly where the Indominus came from. The Carnotaurus in that book had the chameleonic ability to blend in that in Jurassic World was given to the Indominus. So I think it would be quite cool and a nice little homage to Crichton's work if we did get a Carnotaurus Gen 2. One, I'd like it to be a lot better stats than the old one. The old one's rubbish. And yes, let's have it have a cloak ability, just same as the Indominus. Doesn't need to have an immune, but the cloak ability would be really cool. Question 3. Do you agree with the game's decision to add Permian creatures? Absolutely I do. I will be honest, when Cenozoics were announced, I was one of those knee-jerk reaction muppets that went, oh no, you can't do that, it's not right. And then like 5 minutes later I went, I'm just being an idiot. No disrespect to actual muppets intended. If you're like me, you probably feel that the game needs more actual dinosaurs, but you would probably come to the game because you love dinosaurs and all prehistoric beasties anyway. So it doesn't matter whether they're Cenozoics or they're Permian or whatever. I mean, if you look at the sister game, Jurassic World, the game, we've got dinosaurs, we've got Cenozoics, and we've got giant orthocones like the Camarasaurus and other giant ammonites and things from like what, the Devonian or Silurian? Why can't we have those? Why does it have to be one or the other? As long as dinosaurs are probably the dominant thing for the game, the dominant creature, which I'm sure we will get, and pterosaurs and hopefully marine reptiles soon. Fingers crossed. Please, Ludia. Don't actually know if I crossed my fingers then or not. There we go. Then yeah, add it. I mean, let's see it. Let's go for it. Lots of prehistoric beasties in my book. Let's do it. Question 4. Do you agree with people for not knowing English, speaking their own language in the Alliance chat? I have no problem with this. I'll be honest with you. I think if you can't speak or type English, then maybe, and I don't want to be told off for saying this, but maybe you would be better off looking for an alliance of your own country where people will speak the same language. I think in general, if you're going to be joining an alliance from anywhere around the world, you need to be able to speak the dominant language of that country or that region. I mean, I run an alliance that's based in the UK, We've got people from Northern Europe. I think we've got a couple of North Americans. Um, Everyone speaks English, but we've got about 2 or 3 people, I think, who are from South America, and they occasionally post in Portuguese, although they do English. And on a couple of occasions, I've actually had to go onto Google Translate, type in what they've posted to find out what they've said, to reply, translate it, and type it back into the chat. Um, it's not a big deal for me, but I think if you don't speak English, you probably are better off sticking to an alliance where your language is the dominant. But yeah, I don't see a problem as long as you can play the game and play to what the alliance wants. Then fine, you know. Question 5. Do you agree with alliances that demand strict rules such as play in the arena daily, play tournaments and make highlights, compel your members to play the tournament, be active daily, not being able to place random creatures in the sanctuary and only one type of creature? Okay, I have made my views on this sort of thing on the forums in the past very clear. Fine, it's your alliance. But quite frankly, this sort of thing for me is draconian and has no place in the game. Doesn't matter whether you consider yourself a competitive alliance or not. We play this game for fun, and that's the important bit. So, as long as everybody's pulling their weight in some fashion, I don't see a problem. If you want people, I'll rephrase actually, if people don't want to play in the arena, but they're happy hunting, donating, then fine. If they love the arena but they don't want to go out hunting, then fine. Are they donating to alliance members who are after things? Then fine. If they do all of those things, then fine. I do have big issues with these alliances that are saying, right, this sanctuary is ours, this one is for this only, and making calls that sanctuaries should be blocked off so that Joe Public out there walking past can't put something in their sanctuary. That I don't agree with either. At the end of the day, we're all here for a bit of fun. We shouldn't have draconian alliances pushing this sort of stuff. Again, it's your alliance. You do what you want. You don't have to. Well, you probably shouldn't listen to me, but try and make the game. Let's try and make the game a more fun and friendly environment with less of this sort of thing in it. That would be my view here. Question 6. Do you agree with people who do not go out to hunt even when there is no pandemic? Now, this is an awkward one for me because Stingy Moloch only puts I agree or I don't agree as answers. I ended up ticking I don't agree, but that's a conceit in an answer because I think that for the most part, I mean, I've been playing JWA since launch, so I've got to that point where hunting is pretty much a waste of space for me. I still go and do it because I enjoy it and because I want to get DNA for my alliance members, and it gets me playing the game and it gets me out the house, which is an important bit. But I think for the most part, you need to get out there, unless you're in a situation where maybe through illness or the fact that you've got kids and you can't just abandon them for an hour to go out walking around the block hunting dinosaurs, that you can't go out, you have to play from home, then fine. But I think for the most part, hunting is a major part of the game and something that you should be doing. The arena isn't going to be the important factor of the game. You need to get out there and get your DNA from looking for things, not just from incubators or what have you. But again, I said this is an awkward one because everybody's got a different situation or reason as to why they are or aren't going out hunting and doing what's what. So it was a bit of a awkward response. And lastly, question 7. Do you agree with the sale of SB, which I'm assuming in this regards was stat boosts in the store? Now, no, I don't agree. I don't like boosts. I perfectly agree with a lot of the community in that they have hurt the arena in some form. However, We have to accept that these are part of the game. It's something that Ludia wants to be part of the game, so we have to go with it. No amount of grumbling is going to get rid of that. And at this stage, what, a year or so after, there's no way of undoing it. We live with it and we make what we can. But I don't think they should be purchased in stores. I think you should have to get them. I think now and again, putting out a sale for them for a week, say once every 3-4 months, fine, you know. Otherwise, I think they should be something that is found by completing strike towers and incubators and what have you, and done freely. That would help. I'm going to say, but that would help with the arena a lot. That would fix, I think, some of the problems. Because it's boosted teams where it isn't really, it really isn't always covered in the algorithm in some fashion, and you end up being put against somebody whose team is absolutely chocker with boosts where you have nothing or next to nothing. So I think there should definitely be a reduction in how easy it is for people to get hold of these things. But that was question 7 in this particular one. I'd like to know your answers. So drop down in the comments below, and if you want to pop onto the forums and have a look for do you agree or disagree. There's 2 topics at the moment. I'm sure that Stitchy29 would be very pleased to get some more responses. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have been Black Lobster. I will see you soon. Take care.